we have a really cool collection that just came out with a weaver, a Navajo weaver named Kevin Osbos,
Mm.
and he did these. He weaves, in the traditional Navajo way. And we worked with him, and we were very careful. We wanted him to feel part of the process, and so we talked about where we would weave things and how we would weave them. And we went and we photographed him and videotaped him where he lives and where he weaves, and it was so cool because
Yeah.
he raises the sheep, he dyes the wool,
Oh,
he
wow.
yeah, it's pretty incredible. So that just launched, and I think I'm happy because he's happy.
We've talked about how Schumacher's a family business to
Yes.
this day.
Yes.
Almost 130 or over 100?
Over 130. I think it's
Yeah.
137 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like you have a lot of freedom to have the fact that you're doing a line with a Navajo weaver. That seems very new to the mix.
Well, we try to work with artists.
Hmm.
So we don't always work with designers. We do
Yeah.
work with artists and craftspeople. So yes and no. But it's not just me. At Schumacher, there are a lot of us who weigh in. Like our CEO was really excited about working with a Navajo weaver. And there was a point where we really wanted to focus on, we made a decision to not just work with interior
Hmm.
designers, but to work with people who were craftspeople
Hmm.
and artists. And, I work with a lot of really smart, energetic, exciting and excited people, so it takes a village.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just so fascinated by craftspeople that are so dedicated to their passion. Is there a takeaway that you sort of glean from all of these people? Is any patterns you see?
Yeah, I just wrote an editor's letter for the next issue of Frederick, and I had sat next to a designer at a dinner from Denver, and he was telling me about how he grew up on a cattle ranch
Mm.
and he loved interior design, and it came out of nowhere. And he asked his mom at like age 9 if he could wallpaper his room, and his mother said no. So he took his allowance money and he went to the store and bought wrapping paper, like a zebra print wrapping paper. And he
Love.
spent like a week just putting the wrapping paper up on his walls and then finishing it off with a trim and like a ribbon, that
Yeah.
as if it was a trim. And I was just like, I was thinking about it, because you hear that story a lot, where people just come out of nowhere and they just have to do what they have to do. And I kept thinking, it's not passion, it's more than that.
Hmm.
And then recently I was in Palm Beach and there was this big billboard and it was for nurses and it had the word calling. And I was like, that's what it is. Like these
Hmm.
people have a calling. They can't help themselves. It is so innate and the desire is so strong and they're just meant to do what they are doing.